Right, so we've been cleaning up all the bits and pieces. The crown wheel cleaned up really nice, and the differential units, everything's good. We took all the bits off the inside which won't come apart now. We need one of those dismantling tools. Do you know where we can get one? We won't use it now, but where did we get one from?
I don't know, but if you want one, you better hurry up because they're selling fast.
So anyway, this is lovely. What we've decided to do is, because we're going to wait for a few days, is put new bearings on, but try and retain the old shims. Because we're putting Timkins back into Timkins, we shouldn't have to replace the shims. The pinion and the teeth are all beautiful. I'm going to show you the casing in a minute, but one of the things we've been working on is the shafts. Ooh. Now this is the shaft out of the TDCI, which is the rover axle, and it's a one-piece shaft. So we were thinking, oh, maybe they'll go in, but there's a little bit of a difference, isn't there?
Yeah.
So if we put that there on the end, I'll tell you what, let's do it the other way, because then maybe I'll see it better. Let's do it that way. Okay. So the shaft's touching the flange on that end, but when we come to this end here, we can see there's a bit of a difference. In fact, I can get my little finger in that gap.
Okay.
So if we put that shaft, the black one, which is the one-piece shaft, into the Salisbury, it's going to be driving on the very short end of the shaft. So we're going to put 300 TDI, TD5 type shafts in. That's going to sort that out, and we're going to do some little bits of modifications to this. Going to weld up the ends and then turn down the flange. So these in effect become a one-piece flange instead of doing this. Alright, so we're going to have a good drive on here because we weld in here, not in here. So, and these are pretty new shafts and splines, so we've no worries there. All will become clear later on. So now let's go and have a look at the axle casing. So here's the axle casing. We blasted a few more bits and pieces, blasted the flange. JP's going to make a sleeve for the flange, so that's okay, so we don't have to buy one of those. Yeah, sandblasted and painted. Just waiting for the paint to dry. Do you want to tip it a little bit and show them in the inside, Paul? My male model.
I'm like Debbie McGee.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go. Lovely inside, not a problem. Left the bearings in there. We're going to take those out because they are a bit marked, but not that bad. That axle will fit onto the mountings. We've just ordered this morning. We were going to put the TDCI rover axle flanges on the end, you know, the stub axles. We've changed our minds. We're going to put the 300 TDI type on, simply because the flange goes over the end. The stub axle goes over the end, doesn't it? Have we got one there?
Yeah.
It'd be easy to explain. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. We were going to machine out this piece because that's where the weight of the vehicle goes on. And we can't we can't machine this piece out because it's too thin. So we were going to machine this to go into here. However, when you pull that away, Paul, just pull it out of the way a minute. This is just on a taper. So we'd have to taper that, and that's not a very good thing to put the weight of the vehicle on. The other flanges sit over the top of here, so the weight is carried on this flange here. It'll become clear, but you don't want the weight on the bolts. We've ordered up a bracket for the brake caliper. That should work. We've got the calipers and the hubs and the discs over there. We're going to change the discs because I just happen to have some on the shelf. Should make it nice. They are a bit worn, aren't they? Those rotors, they're a bit worn.
Yeah, they're a bit worn.
Now's the time to do it. So there we go. Look, you can even see the axle number in there. It's going to work. I've done sort of this type of work before. I put discs on back of my 130, an old drum brake. But one thing we've got to do, and JP's working on this at the moment, when we get the new flange, it hasn't got this notch here for the ABS sensor. So what JP said, when we get the new stubs down, he's going to machine this out to accommodate the sensor. Then we're going to hold it up to here, make a hole in here for the sensor, and because these are thinner than the TDCI is up here, so it supports that bushing quite well. We're going to make a steel tube and tack weld it onto the axle, so that the ABS sensor is going to be nice and central. We can work it out, don't worry, it's all going to work out nice. But you can put a Salisbury on it. We've ordered an axle, we've ordered a prop shaft, haven't we?
Yeah.
As well. So we need that, and it's going to be bolt in, because it's even got the anti-roll bar brackets on. It's got everything we need. You know, it's nice and clean. It's not bent. It's going to be good. But we've just got to wait for parts. So that's what we're up to. But this is the solution. But it's an easier. This is going to be a lot better than a rover axle. Anything's better than a rover axle, in my opinion. But like I say, we couldn't wait 4 weeks, could we? It was just getting a bit too much. So that's it. That's what we're up against.